Hello everyone, Brian here, bringing you my somewhat out of hand Christmas decorating video. And we're starting the video right here on the Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend. I had a friend of mine come by and help me drag all of these decorations out of the garage. And I had done the lights on the roof and the trees a couple days earlier. Actually the previous weekend, I want to say, when it was really warm out. So you can see here I have a lot of stuff I put on the yard, and after about 9 hours of working outside that day, this is what it looked like at that time. I still had a few more things to do. We had to put the decorations in the windows and whatnot, and I had added a couple more items out there since then. But I wanted to give you a quick overview here of what my 9 hours of work had accomplished me. We got Santa Claus and his sleigh and reindeer, Santa and the snowman, and you can tell by the fact it says 28 days to Christmas when this was done. And the only thing that bugs me every year is some of these decorations start crapping out little by little each year. As you'll see right there, a couple of the lights on the Christmas tree back there are out. I tested all the bulbs and I can't seem to figure out what the heck the problem is. And we got a few more things there on the side with Snoopy and the peanut stuff, and Rudolph and I can't remember what that misfit boy is called. What the hell is it? You want to know? He wanted to be a dentist. I can't remember what his name is though. So this is what it looked like after about, like I said, 9 or 10 hours outside that Saturday. A lot of work. Now I'll try to give you guys a little bit of a close-up of some of the decorations here. This definitely was not a one-year project when I acquired everything. I pick up little things here and there. A lot of stuff after Christmas when you find stuff on sale. And actually, since I've recorded this, the darn rocking horse stopped working too. I think his motor burned out. Some of these items I had bought at Lowe's after Christmas when they, or no, actually, was it Lowe's or Target? I don't remember. But I think they were like 50% off. So I mean, you can get some great deals then and really add to your collection a little bit each year. Unfortunately, over the last couple of years, though, money's been a little bit tighter, so I haven't really been able to add too much. So I have to make do with what I have. But I'm hoping maybe this year, once Christmas passes, I'll be able to swing by, Lowe's, Home Depot, Target again, and see if there's anything left that hasn't been picked through yet, and see if I can get anything cool. As I did see a couple other items I wanted, so we'll see what happens after this year. A lot of stuff all over the yard. And a couple nights later, I had decided to get started on my Christmas village, or one of them. So here are all the boxes that I had just brought up from the basement. They are all Department 56 houses. And actually, I had built this platform the year earlier because my dog was not quite 2 years old. And I used to put the Christmas village on the floor next to my wife's tree, but I really didn't trust him with having everything that close to him. So I built this platform, and right there is a light management system Department 56 puts out. If you guys do any Christmas villages, I highly recommend it. It really cuts down the amount of cords that you use. And here's what the village looked like just after the houses themselves were set up. I still have to put all the little accessories and people and trees and stuff like that in there. But it was around 11 o'clock at night and I just pretty much gave up for the day. But we did go out and get my wife's tree a couple days later. And we just got set up, and I had to give it a couple of days for all the branches to drop and for the tree to loosen up a little bit. And I had my tree assembled. And I really love this Christmas tree. It's a pre-lit tree I bought maybe, I don't know, almost 13 years ago. Still holding up great. It's really, really nice tree, and the lights are perfect. It's really full. I got it for like $250 back then. And now we're moving on to some of the finished product. I filmed this, what the heck is today? Today's Wednesday. So I just filmed this not too long ago outside. I put the other stuff in the windows, and you can see the trees are lit up now. And there's one of the things I mentioned. Santa's one hand stops working every single year. No matter how many times I try to replace some of the bulbs in there, it always craps out multiple times. And now it is only 10 days till Christmas. And I added the garland around the posts and across the railing and the large bells up there. And we got the reindeer in the windows. We used to have snowflakes in 4 of the windows, but they crapped out last year, and I tried replacing every single bulb in them, and they still were not working. So I pretty much had to give up on that, and I really haven't found anything that was reasonably priced to replace them, so I had some reindeer left over, so I put them in there. Oops, sorry, we got a little out of focus there. There's our Peanuts crew and Snoopy again. And we got the wreaths in the upstairs windows again. And we had candy canes in the other window before. So I still couldn't figure out why some of those lights were out in that big Christmas tree back there. And there's the candy canes. And you can see my tree through the window. We'll get to that soon enough though. And man, did I go high with the lights on some of those trees. They're going to be a royal pain in the ass to take down after the season. I really enjoy doing all this, even though there's a lot of work. Most nights when we're sitting down watching TV, we'll see cars stop in front of the house, and sometimes we'll see even cameras flashing. So it's really cool that people really appreciate it. And now we're moving inside to take a look at my wife's finished tree. And we got one Santa Claus there holding a candle. And we got another little Santa Claus there sitting there reading a story. And my wife's tree is definitely a much more traditional style. It is a live tree. It's a Fraser fir. And you'll see she has the ribbon on there and a lot more traditional type ornaments. I think some of her favorites are, I think it's called Christopher Radko, I think, who does a lot of the ornaments. And the tree's a little taller than it was last year. She had a little trouble getting her tree topper on there. And he is hitting his head on the ceiling. I have bought her a few ornaments, like the dog you see right there. She plays bad to the bone. Got that for her for our dog when he was a little bit of a more mischievous puppy. And now we're going to take a look at my finished Christmas village with all the accessories and trees and everything else in there. Put the finished touches on that. I really liked a lot of the houses Department 56 had to offer. There's a lot of, it really has pretty much a kids type theme to it. A lot of the things I remember and enjoyed when I was a kid, like the Play-Doh house right there. We've got the Lego house behind it. And we have Santa's castle, which actually when we bought it, we didn't realize it was missing a piece. And we have the Lego, I guess, factory or delivery house with the forklift driver that moves. And we have the Acme Toy Factory. Looks like Bugs Bunny fell over. And we have the Hot Wheels Custom Car Shop. I mean, which one of us never played with Hot Wheels when we were a kid? And we have the Glitter Factory back there. And the Crayola House. And we all had a Crayola 64 crayon kit when we were younger. And we've got the Candy Mill. And the Board Games Factory, with some of the little elves out front playing some of the board games. And we have the Snow Globe Factory. And the Christmas Tree Toppers. And this is for the older elves and Santa, the Yingling Brewery. And for the younger elves, the Coca-Cola Soda Shack, or whatever it's called. And the polar bears are out there. The Candy Cane Shack, and the Bright Lights Bulb Factory, which definitely applies to me. And the Coca-Cola house actually bubbles, but every once in a while I have to tip the house over to get the lamp to warm up properly. It's a little quirk, or I guess defect in the manufacturing of it, but that is my finished Christmas village. Like I said, all the toys of our youth theme. And right here we have a little bit of a fiber optic tree my dad had given me when he decided he didn't want to use it anymore. And a little Rudolph. And we have our Christmas stockings. There's my wife's with the little snowman on it. Yes, we do have a stocking for our dog. And there's my stocking with Santa Claus on it. And we'll take a look at my other village. This is my Disney Department 56 village. They only have 4 houses and that one accessory out. I was a little disappointed they didn't put one out this year. But we have Mickey's Watch Factory. and Cratchit's Cottage. And there we have most of the Disney characters playing on the swing set. And we have Scrooge's Counting House. And the water tower. And actually that tower does light up, except when I was putting it together and after I had it all assembled, I realized I used the wrong cord for it. I didn't plug in the light for the bulb inside the tower, and I really didn't feel like disassembling everything again, so I don't know if I'll fix it or not before Christmas. And here's our famous puppy. That is Hunter, my beagle. I know I mentioned him in some of my earlier videos, so since he was following me around while I was using the video camera, I decided to put him in the video for a moment for you. And he was being a good boy and laying down for us. And now here is the man boy tree, as I like to call it. The majority of the ornaments on here are all from Hallmark. I'm going to try to zoom in on some of these. And yep, there is my Tinkerbell tree topper. I will tell you a real quick story behind that. My father is a member of the Disney Vacation Club, so he and his wife go down there every year. And normally every 3 years or so, he takes my wife and I down as well. And one night when we were out on the balcony drinking a lot, I had mentioned that if Tinkerbell it was real, I'd hit that because she was such a tease. So now I get Tinkerbell stuff on occasion. And speaking of my father, every year he does buy me the sun ornament from Hallmark. And the first one was that train, if you can see it on the bottom right side there. He gets one for me every single year, and I add it and keep it in one section of the tree. And that is my first house ornament from I had bought my first townhouse about 15 years ago. And we have the Disney monorail, which lights up and does talk as well. There's Rudolph and I don't know, the dentist dude again. Can't remember his name. And now we have some of my superhero ornaments. We got Batman and Superman. Got that singing snowman dude. And we have Frosty and Wizard Mickey and Bugs Bunny from the Looney Tunes. And Peanuts, the Flash. There's another Frosty and Tweety Bird, Sylvester. And a lot of the Hallmark ornaments are really cool. Some of them light up, and a lot of them will talk or make some kind of noise or music. I didn't bother really pushing all the buttons as I wasn't sure if we'd really be able to hear it through the camcorder anyhow. And that Tweety right there actually says, I've been really good this year or really bad this year, and if you spin it, it lights up. And we got Captain America and Batman and Robin. And there's the Avengers, and Wolverine and Spider-Man, and another Tinkerbell. And there's Odie off to the right. And there's the Imperial Walker. Lucy's Psychiatric Help. The Millennium Falcon. Superman again. We got C-3PO. We got the Death Star, which actually when I turn the tree on you can hear the Emperor's voice. He does a couple lines in the movie. And we got Yoda, and gotta have Garfield, and the Imperial Shuttle, Boba Fett's head, TIE Fighter. We got Darth Vader, and the Sports Center thing actually lights up as well. And an Xbox controller. And Tasmanian Devil. And they started releasing these classic video game ornaments as well. If you push the button, it makes some sounds from the actual video game. It's pretty cool. There's our Tweety Bird again, another Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. And that's actually a Pizza Hut ornament, as I just love pizza. Epcot Center, the original Star Trek Enterprise. The USS Defiant. Obviously, we're in my Star Trek section now. That is the Enterprise D from the final episode of Next Generation, All Good Things, if you guys actually remember that. The classic Klingon battle cruiser. I didn't get a very good shot of that. Deep Space Nine. The Enterprise D from Next Generation. The Enterprise E from First Contact. And that Star Trek ornament is pretty cool. Right there, you press the button and the screen lights up and actually plays different sound clips from the Wrath of Khan. And we got Luke Skywalker and a couple other scenes. We got Darth Maul up there. There's a TIE Fighter and Darth Vader's head. I got Han Solo down there. The Imperial Star Destroyer. That talks as well when I first turn the tree on. That's one of those starships from Phantom Menace. Klingon Bird of Prey. Yeah, I'm a geek. It's a USS Voyager. I think that's the Runabout. And there's the Enterprise E again. And that's from First Contact, Picard and the Queen of the Borg. We got the Romulan Warbird and the original Enterprise shuttle. And then we got a few random ornaments. They're random type ones and they're standard Christmas balls. Let me go on the back of the tree because you really can't see them from the window. And I like to put all the really cool ones up front. And there's a couple close-ups of my Star Trek ones. So I'm trying to make my way back around to the front of the tree. So, like I said, definitely a man-boy tree, or whatever you want to call it. I hope you guys really enjoyed my decorating video. I'm looking forward to reading all your comments. So I will see you guys soon, and I hope you have a good one.